Hello, hi, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Here is the Wellness Wisdom Wednesday to using this key energy word to share some idea from a Japanese warden so that maybe help you become more aware of energy in everyday aspects. Once we become aware of it, and that can become a tool to use for our bedtime without noticing it, and we don't see, cannot use anything which we don't see. So that's what the idea. And there's so many key energy related word in everyday dialogue in Japanese community, and that is something particularly related to the energy, the way to relate to energy, to circulate energy, to amplifying energy, whatever that combination of the other word, that to remind ourselves to particular way of use that invisible energy for bedtime. So my wish here is that if you can find some new way to identify something, that would be great. So as an Wellness Wisdom Wednesday today, to share some word and to go with the each energy center, energy chakra, that 7 energy center, each chakra has its own resonance and particular part of ourselves in the physical, emotional component. The way of thinking is related to this each energy center. So learning about the way to how we can utilize the wisdom, the way to relate to connect to energy in the energy center might be useful reminder for our bedtime. So that's my intention. And today, you know what? Today is also hot, dangerously hot weather continues since the last Sunday. So, one, two. When I was living in California, it's the summertime is over 100 degrees is it's popular, especially I was in Valley, so it's like 100. Need to soak into the pool to and get in the shade and stay home. That's what we basically do over 100 degrees. But humidity is low, so which is helpful because the shade is cooler, obviously. But here in Far East, is the humidity is like amazingly high. It's over 70. It's like literally sauna at the steam sauna when I go out. So some way to figure out to survive in this heat. I mean, every year becoming hotter as we are everywhere we reside at point on this earth at this time frame. It's changing environment. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4, 3, 4, and then from the top 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here is the energy word, the key word. Yes. You must be very cool in the winter time, Mel, in your region. Key. And the other one is konki. It's the root energy. So combined with this freezing, I get so jealous. Rooting energy. Konki means Being patient. Being patient. I think I want to increase the vocabulary for this combining word with the energy. I kept telling this, but I still stay on the 7 word, particular word. But the being patient is to hot weather. Yeah, it's the hot and cold. The quality of the temperature, it really matters, doesn't it? I like the hot weather too, like being in California, but not in here. It's the humidity. It's like mosquito friendly, and so it's harder life. Like I got to pay attention for many aspects for just the everyday things, and I'm so grateful for being the weather in California. It's like someone singing in the wonderful weather in California. It's so indeed it's heavenly nice. Talk about the weather, and then the Mediterranean area pretty much about the same in the but I am unsure about the rest of the world weather, but what I know is the weather sometimes in between. Somewhere in between, yeah, the springtime and autumn. Whatever that it's the helpful for human to less focusing about the weather. I think that's the best because if we focus in something, the energy goes where attention is given. Indeed, that it's the super hot, and then our energy going to make it cooler, and then consuming that energy. Um, but if it's nice and available nicely, like let's say oxygen, we don't think about much oxygen unless we are under the water, right? And then think about the oxygen to breathe. But mostly we are just not paying attention subconsciously, always breathing for life. That's magical aspect, by the way. So that's effortlessly if something is helpful for our life naturally, right? It's a health also that if it's healthy and then not so paying attention, but however if you have some injury and then the energy, ouch, energy is going to the physical part, and then that throws the energy, and that means like available energy is being given to that, so less energy is given to whatever that we are wanting to give attention to. So it's like a more comfort environment around is less likely draining our energy, so that means that we can choose to give our focus to ideal way. It comes to the ideal. What is ideal? I mean, it's digging into what is ideal for your well-being, let's say that way. So the patient consciously work on the root. Giving attention, energy is we give energy through giving our attention, because energy flows where attention is given. So when we give attention to, energy is growing. So when we give energy to hot weather, and then that hot grows, oh no, and give to a negative aspect, and then that negativity grows, such as pain and ohs, and however it given to a possibility and a hope and excitement, and that grows too, which is up to us. So in giving the attention, energy to the root, sometimes it's not so fun because the root is invisible underneath of the ground to support above the ground, and as in a human nature, visible things easy to get excited about emotionally. Emotional influence easily get from something visible, since 80% of the information is from our eyes. Vision, seeing is easier. Seeing is easily, quickly responding and to stimulating whatever that we are responding to what we are seeing. However, the root is invisible, so it's not less excited to the as in a human nature and the senses, the balance of how we capture information. So, however, it's important to foundation is healthy and secure enough to support above, right? We can survive without much root. I mean, there is a plant with no root, right? Air plant, was it? The air plant doesn't have a root. But anyhow, some kind of creature with no root, but it's surviving. That's amazing. However, the human creation on earth experience is, I suppose, needing the rooting like a tree, and to support. And when we enough building that root with attention means giving your attention, dedicating, paying attention to that, and then it will get enough power to support something we are creating. So the foundation is sometimes basics. It's no fun, but it's just good to pay attention and basics and step one or that's a great reminder. And to do it not one day, but continuously, since we're growing. So it's like a growing, bigger, taller, and then more support would be nicer. So work on that patiently. 1, 2, 3. And then also, the root is invisible. So show me quickly, that's what I want. The result, quick result, that consequence of our effort or dedication, goal, reaching the goal. But unfortunately, root is unable to see every time we did it, like a dedicated. Do we want to go down and dig into it and take a look at the root and then the bucket? No, it's not going to grow. It's preventing the growth. So just the trusting that it's growing, but to paying attention and dedicating to being patient until it has its diffraction. So 1, 2 aspects would be 3, 4, and then 4 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 6th energy center. 6th energy center, color indigo. It's about brain. It's an information capturing center to perceive, intuition, intellect, numbers, also emotion, and then also logics, number, word, the logical part, and flexibility is the power. And this brain is intuitive knowing and logical delivery. These are two different things. And it was a Monday, I suppose, that right brain, wasn't it Monday or the last week? Right brain is capturing information from inward, intuitive knowing guidance. And the left brain is to communicate with the world around, logics, word, numbers. So both is needed in transforming this data, intuitive knowing to right brain to the left and to deliver. And that left side is developing after we born as a human and becoming a person and being part of the human society and mastering languages and experiencing being part of the community, and that's the developing part of the brain, the left side. And when we develop the logics and word and the social, whatever the manners or rule, how we behave and or being part of the community or family or relationship, and then this part, intuitive knowing, or that's what we are using before developing the left brain part. The babies and children are all born intuitive. That's the survival skill, capturing the information, knowing what's happening within and around without thinking about it much, just simply knowing that's the right brain. So we need to balancing out, just checking which part of your brain is dominant use. Are you a thinker, like numbers and delivering the logical things, thinking, or just a simply intuitive person, like a knowing without thinking? And then most likely that's spot on. um so just knowing the nature and then balancing out, so then we can use the flexibility. That's flexibility is the power. And how you gonna build that balance is starting from knowing what your default nature is. And perhaps it's good to be impatient to balancing out both sides in order to fully function, using the function as a human gift. We can use both, I think. And sometimes we get injury and to some function, work in a unique way, or maybe it's a totally individual way of functioning, because we never know what other person is thinking and seeing. Only we, I suppose, know about that. So noticing how your brain, intuition, intellect, and knowingness, or thinking, overthinking, or creating that emotion, feelings, is holding the key to work on the root, being patient about. Perhaps that if you intuitively know and know the conclusion, however, the other people or you being part of community, let's discuss about this. How we do this step by step. I mean, I think it's the left brain logical, and then you're going like, are you serious? Because we're gonna be like this way. That's intuitive knowing. So being patient, being part of that community, and balancing out your brain. Perhaps if you know the way to translate your intuitive knowing in a logical way to communicate, and then that kind of gap between knowing and I got to be part of that feeling is gonna be more balanced out. That's feeling of good, better state, I suppose. So to consciously building the root, being patient about that, your knowingness, and then you are delivering your knowingness to the world around, and being flexibly building would be a good way to bring our growth into the next level. Does that make sense? It's kind of funny though to Konki is being patient with the flexibility. So I notice myself is a very patient person. However, at some level, I am so wanting to have it yesterday. Why? It's not, the universal delay is not denial. That's the reminder that I'm keep telling to myself if I feel that way. However, that knowing that building the root, but it's too long. It's been said the Japanese saying is that peaches and chestnut tree is for 3 years to harvest the fruit from the tree. And persimmon for 8 years. That's a teachings of the depending on what you expect as on a fruit. It's vary. The root is needing the growth to work on in order to get that fruit out of your intention. So it comes down to it's wise to choose the different the root length needing fruit, right? So that's how the great gardener knows that. The great gardener knows that how long it's going to take to get the fruit. So this combining this, and so making sure to get the abundance every year, not missing, but to produce the certain amount of abundance from different type of fruit, from the effort that the putting the the same effort, putting paying attention, working on the root. So we can be wise also to choosing the being patient, rooting, fruit expectation from your labor or attention or dedication. And most likely, I am unsuccessful about choosing this amount of routine energy. So good example is like when I back into 20 something and decided to build the career, and I assigned 2 years to master. It's just ridiculous now looking back then, but seriously I was committed. I'm going to commit 2 years to get master what I wanted to grasp, right? And then I was telling my trainer, and it's like, okay, I fully committed 2 years to in order to da 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 da. And then I've been said, well, to get what you want as the fruit, and then at least required 8 years. So it's like, oh my goodness, that's the parsimony here. It's like 2 years of signing is maybe a tomato with some new kind of fruit. So I was totally underestimated my time or the length of needing that root, and ended up it took me 20 years to get really on it. So it's like a 10 times more than I first I thought estimated, because I was whatever. I was younger. I was less experienced, and back in those days I was really serious about it. But now it's like 2 years. It's just like shit, right? 2 years. But anyhow, it's not the time, linear time. Yeah, right now. So then 20 years, and then it's like overly ripe. What I'm gonna do is the root is enough. So got to focus on the fruits to get in. So that's another topic. But being patient, overly patient is overly rooted. However, when we get the fruit ripe enough, and then there's an abundance of way of using your getting from your rooted energy to get the fruit out of that. So being patient is good, and then being flexible about way we perceive, think, and to share. That's everything actually. But hope this reminder is useful for wellness wisdom. The way to relate to energy is to root and give your attention to the root, which is invisible. Not so much fun, but it's the foundation, fundamental. It's also good to periodically remind back to the basics, and reminding, refreshing as an first year of the school. And you're welcome. So every stage of our life is the new beginning. We can choose any moment as a new beginning, and we just choose this new beginning. I hold in it, building the energy a lot on this new cycle, and now it's ready to put your power with the one word, remembering your intention, your goals, where you're heading, anything that reminds you back into your vision focus or question vision, anything that going back to the true north alignment or adjustment would be helpful. So please join with your one word. I posted this on my Instagram. The link is from the profile, Army Max Joy. And many already put in the word. So be part of that co-creative energy of oneness and get supported at the same time. There's many healers and intuitives out there, so it's a powerful. And I brought this to Shrine and get some blessings over the full moon. So it's ready to add your power and get supported and amplify our together energy to support and use the summer magic for us, winter magic for you, Mel. Maximize the together oneness power for our individual creation and healing. So please join going to the Instagram, AMI Max Joy. Thank you. So I'd like to take your request, the keyword reminder. Yay! Key reminder. Key energy, keyword reminder for this week. If you have intention, want to get the reminder, please let me have the number between 1 to 7. 1 to 7 for me. And then I pick the keyword for you and come up with some reminder might be helpful for your personal bettering for this week. 7. Yay. Okay. For 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the key word you picked is this, and the aspect will be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Purple, the 7th energy center, crown chakra. It's about consciousness, divine, life purpose, life path. And the key word is hon. Hon ki. Honki. It's the book of energy. Book of energy. It's not the piece of paper of energy. So it's similar to honki, the rooting energy. The difference between honki is that, the book is that serious commitment, committing to particular things with the energy, committed the energy to dedicate your chosen goals. That's what exactly the meaning. In the life path, crown chakra, in a balanced way. So I take this as an life path, supposed to do, life purpose, what we're supposed to do in this lifetime, or some knowingness, or. And that is what it is. It's the seventh energy center, and the first energy center is the earth connecting. So it's the farthest, far away chakra, energy center from the earth. Comparison to the rooting is the earthy, the feet on earth, dedicate to build the earth reality. And the crown chakra is about ideas and visions and dreams and wishes and life purposes and something that soul's urge or missions, that type of non-physical part of us, desire and demanding sometimes. If you have a demanding spirit like mine, then, insist, I gotta do this, during this lifetime. But the earthly reality got to bring these ideas and visions and dreams, bring into the earthly factuality to experience in the physical body. So that requires idea into non-physical, into the shape, structure, and to make it as invisible. So then to build the being patient, rooting energy, the konki, to dedicate for the earthy experience, to build the root. And to do that process, bringing all this idea into earthy experience, we need to dedicate. And then that actually requires years, the 8 years for persimmon, for example, that to get the fruit out of. Then if we choose something that not so exciting, but gotta do it, whatever the reasons are, but some sort of got to do it, have to do it, that is really becoming like a painful dedication. And that resistance we notice, but forcing to do for whatever the reasons are, the steady income or benefit or family or whatever that reasons are, and that is stored in body as an energy and ended up that requiring attentions for medical or extra energy needed attention to taking care of that later. So when we bring that idea into the physical experienceable earthly reality, and then we got to book over energy to dedicate until the book is gonna complete as an earthy way. And the balance is needed. Is the balance is like a vision, idea, desire, and sharing with the others. Sometimes well, you are just always talking about it, and show me. I mean, the earthly reality. Where is the factuality? But factual things are starting from the vision, invisible. So gap between here and in earthly reality, that is what is we must create. And to book of energy, we got to be something connected to the heart of the matter. Unless otherwise, it's gonna be painful, and then that painful energy is gonna ruin our wealth, health, and the wealth in some level. So balancing out the vision and also a serious dedication, book of energy to chosen destination goals, to create, and you're welcome, create no matter what comes, the other people's opinion or support or discouragement, and then the balance of your vision, your desire, your purpose. Why are you doing it? Because want to feel one with the soul's urge. Get to do this. I want to do this because that's one with my spirit, or one with my desire, one with my family, whatever. That feels so good. I get the goosebumps. So that is helping to book of energy to complete the book, not the page, but it's the dedicate until it comes to the book of energy, shareable to the world around. And it's the balance between routine and the idea, mission, passion, purpose is very crucial to bring it with the honky serious dedication. And other words, that if we chose as a next destination or goal, something, whatever the reasons, non-resonance to our heart of the matter, but because of other reasons, then this book of energy, serious commitment, is sustainable. I get to put the question mark on that. It's sustainable. Sustainability we're talking about. We must choose the wholehearted related. If whatever the reasons are challenging to choose that because of some responsibility we must take as an adult, and then we get to negotiate with the heart or the desire or the passion, mission, or inner child or soul's urge, to make it as an temporary, but to give focus, commit to do some certain short term in order to be responsible for some important role that we must be responsible for. Life is all about ups and downs, and how we're going to use and negotiate with the heart of the matter and the world around is very important. And then not always we can find a solution that's satisfying it, but it's worth negotiating. Without negotiating, and then I think we lose balance, because 95% of the time we are unconscious, subconscious operating. So let us use this precious 5% to consciously choosing, negotiating, noticing what the heart is aching for and what the responsibility is asking us, asking you to take care. What is the available room for the space or alternative choices for making as a new ideal way to approaching, juggling all this responsibility and the priority or timing or whatever. So use the creativity to make it as a nicest balanced way of creating that idea into the factual experience. I think that's good application for our creativity, and then that skill grows, I think. And there's an always unsuccessful experiences to have the yes, this is it kind of satisfying choice that we're gonna make. So it's a good reminder. And the seventh energy center, crown chakra, desire, consciousness, awareness, life purpose, life path, with the committed dedication, commitment to your chosen experience. I'm sending a healing, reminding that we cannot cheat our heart of the matter, and that's a great reminder that we cannot get away from that inner deep knowing as long as we are a survivor of this life on earth experience. So be wise to allow that desire and make balance with the creativity. Thank you for allowing. Okay. So let's get the inner child emotion reminder here. What is the reminder from an inner child using this in the emotional card? Learn about human emotion. That's the purpose of this card. And for 3 years old kid, so I use it as an inner child reminder for all of us to be reminded about the emotion and what is good to be reminded for bettering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 7. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the inner child reminder is fun. And I feel good and bright and an expanding feeling. Fun, joy, enjoyable. That's exciting feeling, isn't it? Joy. The storyline is this. Playing with bear, it's so much fun and enjoyable. So playing something is no effort, but creating something, lots of creativity and interaction and connection, and then it's fun. It can be very productive as an adult with the effortless. So the key is to work on that. Yay, fun. Fun is effortless. So someone that is successful in any area of their life and effortlessly dedicating to their goals or wishes, and these people are choosing these goals as fun to do things and excited, love to do things, just like a child. So it's good to be back to when we are a child, 70 years old. What was the exciting things that you cannot stop doing it every day after school or at school with friend or just by yourself? Remembering that experience and write that down, or notice the component, which part of that play or the day made you excited about. It's hard to say stop, like, hey, dinner is ready and already, I don't want to eat right now because it's so engaging. It's so much fun without me or anything, but just want to focus in that things. It's probably connected to that inner child's nurturing things that you are engaging with. And then that inner child is still within us. And finding the way to connect and nurturing with something that is now an adult to do to connect and expand the joy with whatever the tools and power you have as an adult to bring that into factual experience would be something sparkling your experience. I think if you're looking for sparkles, or if you're already doing it, congratulations for the nice relatedness with your inner child, and get going and share with what you're doing with us. So, the reminder from the inner child for this day is joy. It's the I feel good and I feel exciting and bright. That's the feeling I have. And playing with someone or with something is so much fun. That's the feeling. So look forward to connecting with you live here. Hey, replay viewer, thank you for joining, and thank you for joining live connect. I truly appreciate your dedication, connection, and your time and your presence. So, I'd like to close this broadcast with conscious breathing exercise using the crystal tuning fork that here to cleansing the energy first, to bringing in the ideal. So let me clean up here first. Okay. So, please use this sound, the 1496 Hertz, to clean up, cleansing the energy within you, around you, between us. The last one. So let's connect our energy as one energy by consciously breathing slowly, intaking all the air, oxygen from the nose slowly, and then exhale from the mouth, and check in consciously, connecting what you are thinking, what you are noticing, what you are feeling right now, which part of your body is getting your attention, and bringing all part of yourself here and now at this present moment. Synchronize our breath. Ready? Inhaling now from the nose. Go. Okay. The second time is excelling, no longer serving everything, people, event, way of being, way of responding, repeating, no longer serving you from here now to the next. So let go, saying out, O-U-T, when we exhale together. Ready? Inhaling from the nose now. So the last one is just take a moment. Let's take a moment and to bring your attention here in between palms and remind yourself where you are heading for the next step, your goal, your wishes, your next destination. Just reminding and allow that element come to here, just like putting the sliced lemon in your mouth and then imaginary lemon in your mouth is creating saliva, just embodying like that. So when you are bringing your goals, wishes here, how your senses, is anyone around you? Is anything around you? Do you hear anything? What's the temperature? How do you feel? So just simply reminding yourself that what you are welcoming, allowing into your experience, embodying it fully as if it's already happening here right now. Just like a lemon in your mouth is creating saliva, your chosen experience is happening with your sense of sensing here now. Okay, now, so we're going to breathe in, synchronize our breath, and consciously connect this, feel the energy. We are all connected under one sky. So just simply allow this conscious intention and connect as one with synchronizing our breath. Breathe in. And exhale. Connect. As perfect oneness. And support one another's chosen intention creation experience now here, as if it's already happening perfectly under perfect oneness. And now receiving part. Inhaling and taking all this together energy, support energy to your local, remotely bringing that energy to your local creation. Ready? Inhaling now. Bring it in here. Make it perfect. Here now. It's happening. Thank you for wonderful energy sharing. Let's bring this and close in here. Clarifying, clarifying. Please use your own way. Well, thank you so much for wonderful present and joining and allowing me in your experience. Happy Hump Day, Wellness Wisdom Wednesday. And please, please join to add your power to this energy circle that we're co-creating. Your energy, your one word truly matters. And you get support also at the same time. So you have a wonderful rest of the day, week, and I see you when I see you. Please subscribe me if you haven't done it yet. Thank you, Mel, on YouTube and Twitch. Look forward to connecting with you sometimes in live. Until then, bye. Thank you. Oh, please leave a heart on X, Joyna, to let us know that you are with us. It truly, truly makes me extra happy. Bye. Unable to end. Yes.